Mr. Joyce, what are you doing here at Sorma today?
My name is Malcolm Joyce. I'm here with BNC Scientific on behalf of Hybrid Instruments, and in particular we're representing our mixed field analyzer, which is a real-time, high-throughput digitizer system for organic scintillators, and this week it's a little unusual because we have one of the first plastic solid scintillators that provides this ability to separate neutrons and gamma rays, and particularly fast neutrons.
Is this sort of the latest technology in gamma neutron separation?
Well, we would say so. Yeah. So
released to the world here first.
That's right. Well, it's certainly released to the US.
This is very exciting to have premier access to the new system.
So it separates neutrons and gammas in real time. There's no post-processing, and yields events through these two outputs if that's what the user desires, and they're synchronized in time with the time of arrival of those events, so you can do coincidence associated with those. At the moment we've got it running through Ethernet, so we can display the data on this graphical user interface that again, if the user requires that to configure the system, then that's part of the package. In red you see the gamma rays that we've been detecting just from background here today, and of course not so many neutrons. There were a few there, but you probably can't see it on the screen as a result of background as well.
What makes the real-time attribute so unusual?
Okay, well, if you're working in an environment where perhaps it's difficult to get access, if you have to post-process, then you're never quite sure whether you have enough data. So with this, because it's real-time, you know, because you run it for as long as you want to, till you've collected a sufficient amount, as opposed to coming out of the environment, post-processing and saying, okay, we need to go back in. So that's one example of where it's useful, and in principle you can use it for an interrogative type of assessment where you're wanting to do an assay and you want the information there and then, as opposed to going away and post-processing and taking several days to optimize. You can do either. We can record the events and you can do the post-processing as well if you wanted to use a different algorithm to separate out the events.